Guys, what I'm about to show you is the ultimate method to motorize your LEGO 76432 Hogwarts Express. Not to sound like an a-hole, but the other methods out there for motorizing this train are overly complicated and have some janky-ass bricks sticking out of it. My method uses the least amount of pieces. It's a hella easy process, and you can barely even tell that the set has been modified. It's keeping it real while keeping the cost low. That's what it's all about. Alright, so here's the pieces you will need to do this sweet-ass mod. You probably own all of these bricks already, and if you don't, you can order the pieces you're missing off of Bricklink. By the way, those train wheels and axles are included with the train motor if you purchase it from the LEGO store, product 88011. Those two black pieces that cover the sides of the motor are not included though, so keep that in mind when ordering your shit. You probably already own all of these black plates here. They're basic as hell and common as hell. Lastly, you just need a couple basic lil bricks. You probably already got them bricks at home as well. Oh yeah, and that big white piece there is the powered up hub. This will be the most expensive part you'll need though, so try and score a deal on that if you can. Okay, let's begin the modification process. First, we gotta separate the tender from the train. This is where we're going to be doing a majority of the building. Alright, take apart all the stuff underneath the tender, like the wheels, that buffer, and then the plate. We're actually going to be taking the round plates with holes in them off, so set those aside. Now we're going to start building off of the train motor. Start off by putting your axles and wheels on. You actually want the axle to stick out a bit on each side. Next, add those black pieces that cover the side of the motor. After that, reattach those gray plates with the holes and put them on each end. Okay, now it's time to use the black plates. Start with the 1x2 black plates. After that, use the 1x6 plates on top of that, and then finish off with the 2x6 plates on each end. There you go. Now you have a base to put the tender on. Now we're going to remove the tender's dark red plate on the bottom. Carefully try and take apart the build in one chunk. It's okay if a couple pieces fall off, we can fix it later. We also need to replace this 1x4 red brick with the arched brick instead. Okay, once this build is ready to go, we're going to attach it to the motor assembly. Make sure the cable can fit through that hole in the arch on the back of the tender. The last thing to do here is attach those gray plate / tile pieces to complete the look. Now we can move on to the next part, which involves one of the passenger cars. We're going to use the car that has less windows. Open it up and begin an interior demolition. Get rid of everything on the interior. Use a brick separator to wedge those tiles off the floor. You're going to also have to remove the door on the left side of the passenger car here. Get rid of that last beige plate too while you're at it. Okay, now you got to take that black door out and replace the panel piece with those black bricks. From the top of the door, stack 2 of those 1x2 bricks, and then put the 1x1 brick on the bottom right hand side. Go grab your tender and put the cable inside the passenger car. Now put the black door back on and reassemble the rest of the wall. Now you can grab your powered up hub and insert the connector into port A. You can just gently place the powered up hub into the car. There's no need to press it down onto the studs. This makes it easier to remove later when you need to change the batteries. Now all you got to do is reassemble the car's wall and roof and you're good to go. Reattach all the Technic coupling pieces to put your train back together. You can also readjust the wire that sticks out of the passenger car so it looks a bit neater. So now that you're ready to run your train, you will need to use a remote control. Or you can use the powered up app on your smartphone. I prefer the controller since it makes me feel like a total badass who's in control of my creation. Just like how this young Chad demonstrates in the instructions, you need to press and hold the button on both the hub and the controller at the same time until they both light up green. And if it doesn't work right away, try pressing the buttons again. Sometimes it doesn't work right away. When running this train on the track, you may notice that the train struggles to make it around the curves. There's actually one last step. You got to add some extra weight on the tender so that the motor gets more traction. You will need 30 Alpha Chad coins to use as weights, as they are the perfect size to fit in the hollow space on the train tender. Getting the 30 Alpha Chad coins is probably one of the hardest things to acquire for this mod. If you don't have these coins, you could try getting some from a bank, but most banks nowadays don't even have bank tellers working there who can help you with this request. So you might actually need to buy your coins on eBay. With the Alpha Chad coins installed, you can see how much of a difference this makes to the performance. That extra weight allows the wheels to get much better traction, and it makes those curves like a boss. Alright brothers, thanks for watching. I hope you have the chance to try this out yourself. If you already have these parts in your collection, you should totally motorize this train. Now that it's properly certified in Chad mode, it has got to be considered one of the best LEGO train sets ever. I will totally be showing off this train in future videos as well, so you can see it in action in all its glory. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, as I'm going to be doing a bunch more train shit on my channel. Alright, peace out guys.